Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wallach. We're here each and every day at 8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure, and we explore life. We explore life by we ask questions, we present ideas, we challenge current ways of thinking, and we see that life it's so much more, it's so much different than we can even imagine by just simply opening up our perspective and just seeing that there's so much more to life than what we think, that we're only grasping just a very, 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 very small part of life. And so it's like opening up the door to a new world, because we, through our perspective, get to see more than what we've ever seen before. And so I talked today, as you got in my post there of the description, awareness is balance. And that to be aware is to see the beauty of all life. And people say, well, what do you mean the beauty of all life? Well, yesterday, I get these videos from nature, and occasionally I watch them. And some of the videos are lions attacking a water buffalo. And they'll hunt it, they'll stalk it, they'll get the water buffalo, and the lion always seems to win. Yesterday, I saw one where a lion went in the middle and the buffalo herd surrounded it, and it was the death of the lion. What did you see? There's balance. Nature, life is never one-sided. There is always, always, always balance going on, but we have been taught not to see it. We have been programmed not to see it. We've been taught to look for only one side. And some people look for the negative in all things. Some people look for the positive in all things. And guess what? There's always both sides. There's always both sides in every single thing. My granddaughter was here for 4 days. It was absolute bliss. She just ball of energy. And you say, Lee, what was the downside? At the end of the day, I was exhausted. At the end of the day, I was looking for some Lee time. Do you get where I'm going? I'm not knocking what I experienced. I loved what I experienced. And I also saw, well, now that my granddaughter's gone, I've got that other time. And then I realized that I could have it the other way. Kishov asks, how can we change the program? We change the program by being aware and asking ourselves, okay, this is happening over here. How am I being supported? If this is happening and I'm being supported, how am I being challenged in the same moment? And it's simply by becoming aware. If someone's nice to you, ask the question, who's not being nice to you? If someone's not being nice to you, ask the question, who's supporting you? Good morning, Kanisha and Maylan and Susan. I see you out there. Anyone else out there, please check in. Love to know you're out there. It's fascinating. I normally can see the number of people that are watching live, but for whatever the reason, Restream is not showing me that number now, but I know you're out there because you're commenting. And that makes me feel like I'm being listened to. You notice I said listen to, not heard, because I don't know what people really hear. Do you get that? Good morning, Rashonda and Brittany and John. Oh my God, I love that you're checking in. Thank you. Do you know listen versus heard? Listening means you just hear sound, yada, 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 yada. Heard means you hear something and you start questioning it. Oh, there's my yoga Susan. It is ever happening that we forget to be aware. It is always happening that we forget to be aware. Awareness is something that is, it's almost like the opioid of the masses. And I got Ronan out there from Dearborn, Michigan, my hometown. I was born and raised in Dearborn, Michigan. And when I lived in Dearborn, when you live someplace Good morning, Steve. You live someplace, you either are looking at the good or the bad in it. When I went back for my high school reunion a year and a half ago, not even a year and a half ago, I went back for my high school reunion. I remember, ooh, Dearborn, ooh. But then when I went back, I remember all the good. And then as I remembered all the good, I remembered all what I didn't like about it. And so when I was there, I realized that it was really a balanced life in Dearborn, Michigan. Keshev is from India. Then I've got Surreal who just joined us, and Beth joined us, and Steve joined us. I'm loving that you're checking in. Thank you, folks. If you have a question or comment, Beth says, you hear things the way you need to. I don't know that you need to. You hear things the way your perceptions are. It's not the way you need to. There's no one out there determining, I need to hear something this way or I need to hear it that way. You hear things based on the perceptions of how you're looking at life. Then you get the opportunity to ask, is this serving me? Is this serving for my greater expression? One of the things I do a morning meditation at 7 a.m. Central Time. And if you want to be a part of that, you're welcome to join me. You just go to agapecsl.com or agapespiritualcenter.com. Click on the calendar and you'll find the link. One of the things I asked in the meditation to tap into your heart, and ask the question, what is my heart desiring to experience? And then I ask the question, ask your heart, what is it holding on to that it's not willing to let go of, and that's stopping you from having that new experience? Do you see how those fit together? You go and you ask the heart, what is it I want to experience? And then ask the question, okay, if I'm not experiencing it, what am I holding on to that's stopping me from having the experience I want? Beth goes, that's what I meant to say, but it was too many words. How can there be too many words? Joseph comes in. He's from Oak Harbor, Ohio. I'm familiar with Ohio, but I don't know where Oak Harbor is. I have relatives in Akron. I've been to Cleveland. I've been to Columbus. I've been to Toledo, Cedar Point. I love Cedar Point. That's a big amusement park there. How many of you do you ever go to Disney World and you ride the roller coasters and the highs you get? And then you go on the ride, It's a Small World, which is a very calm thing. Do you notice the contrast? Do you notice the contrast there? Yeah, but it's all good, isn't it? The slowness of It's a Small World relaxes you. The roller coaster, Space Mountain, exhilarates you. You got both sides, don't you? There's both sides to everything. And people's perspective is they get attached to one side or other, to one degree or another, to one perspective or another. And then they start judging everyone against their perspective. This is good for me, so it must be good for you. No, not true. It's not true because it's not the other person's point of view. It's not what the other person is seeking. It's not their perspective. You don't know what another's perspective is. That's the beauty of life. If you really sit down and think in relationships, you never know what the perspective of the other is because you've not lived 24/7 their whole life with them and thought the thoughts that they think. How to create a heart-brain coherence. That's the work of an entire lifetime. That's the ability, number one, to balance out your chakras. That's the ability to tune into your heart center and listen to what your heart is. You know, there's intelligence in your heart. Heart math, that science has shown that, but we don't believe it. We've got this ego mind that's constantly thinking. But we've also got a third eye where the divine speaks to us, and the heart tells us what we're longing to experience in our life. We connect the third eye and the heart through meditation. We listen to that, and we will be guided to that which is ours next to do, to serve, to be, to have, to experience. Now, remember this. There's no right answer. There's no, Rashonda said she just learned about heart math. Yeah, it's a great thing. I was involved. Now, Rashonda, we're going back a lot of years. We're going back about 11, 12 years. I went down to the Dallas Meditation Center. We went down to this round special building in Dallas. And 50 of us were in a circle, lying down, facing up, feet out. And we were touching hands. And I was hooked up to a monitor that measured my level of awareness, peace. And I went into a meditation. And when I went into the meditation, because we were all connected, the light shone red. After about 4.5 minutes, the light turned green. And that was because the collective consciousness went into that state of meditation. You see, we influence each other and we don't even know it. It's like there's a power of meditating with other people. There's just an energy about it. And that energy even happens when you're meditating online via Zoom. We see that every day with the group that's meditating. There's something about being with like-minded people, going into stillness with the same intention. We're actually all part of the one mind. We're going into the one mind, and it's magnificent. I share that with you because every day I'm just amused by it. I'm just amazed by it. So anyway, this thing about awareness that I brought up today, it's a lifelong quest. It's a lifelong journey. That's what I talk about every day. You know, what is it that I say at Agape? We teach how to live consciously in awareness so that we can experience a life filled with love and fulfillment. See, those are the only two things we want in life, is to experience love and then fulfillment, doing what we love to do and getting an inner joy, a piece of satisfaction out of it. And there's no right way. There's no path. No one's defining the path. You get to choose the path. You get to choose how you and what you're fulfilled with. With that, I'm going to tell you like I do every day. Think about what I just said. Ask the question, what is my heart desiring to experience? And then what am I holding on to that's not allowing me? Yeah, Patricia, the best way, just join me on Sunday, or not Sunday, every day at 7 a.m. Central Time. I don't know where you're located, but just join me. Go to agapespiritualcenter.com. Go to the calendar tab. You'll see the morning meditation at 7 a.m. Pull that Zoom link and just join us. I guide everyone into it. There's nothing that difficult. I promise you, you'll build a habit with me and you will love it. And it's not me. It's the fact that you're making a commitment. You're deciding to do it. So that invitation goes to everyone out there. And so, hey, if you like this, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, I'm not attached. Share it. Let's share this message so that others can benefit from the idea of being asked to answer questions. You're in San Antonio, so you're in the same time zone. My God, no big deal for you, Patricia. Hey, everybody, create a great day. And know that if no one says it, I love you, which means I accept you just the way you are. Aloha.